Hi all, Martin at Flick and Feathers again today, and I'm just doing a video on how I dye my materials. I've mentioned on the channel sometimes that it's materials that I've dyed a sort of non-standard colour that you can't necessarily buy in the shops, and some folk have asked me about that, so I thought I'd do a quick video. It's very easy, right? I mean, you might make some mistakes and get some missed dyes as you learn, but it's not rocket science. So you need your materials, obviously, your dyes, a pot to have the dye on the go, and some vinegar or acetic acid, right, white vinegar. Now I've got in this basin here it's quite a strong mix of just dishwashing detergent, right, your fairy liquid or whatever is fine, and I've had these wings in here for about 25-30 minutes. And what I like to do is I open out the wing, right, once they've been soaking for a wee while. This just lets you get a better dye job, lets the dye penetrate better. And I rinse them. You get all the soap off of the wing. And I've got a bit of guinea fowl there, just a wee patch of guinea fowl that I'm going to also do. And then, as I'm doing a double batch, I'll get some more water, and a lot of detergent. Right. So I've got here maybe a couple of litres of water, 1.5 litres of water, and a very, very strong detergent mix. We'll get these wings in. These are going to be olive, these ones. And you can see, right, they're quite stiff. I can't open them out yet, really, without breaking them. So let them soak while I do the other dye job. So I'm over at the dye bath. I've got the rubber gloves on to protect your fingers because the dye will colour them. And I've got about 1 litre of water, and it's now on the boil in here. We'll just drop that off and I'll bang in about 1/2 teaspoonful of the dye into the bath, and you just stir it. Bring it back to the boil, make sure it's well dissolved, and you'll get that nice colour in the bath. You can make the bath stronger if you wish. It's up to you. I'm going to reduce the heat. And splash in about a tablespoon of vinegar. Now, when you first start, you might want to sort of measure it. I don't measure it anymore, I just sort of eyeball. Then you can just drop your materials in. Now, as I say, make sure the wing is open. The rubber gloves are good because they let you can touch the stuff when even though it's roasting. And then just get that in there. Now, it says on the Vineyards dye instructions to simmer the material. I find it's better to not let it come to a bubble. Just keep the bath nice and hot, and it will take a wee bit of time for the material to take the dye, and you just keep moving it and checking it. Now, some materials take the dye quicker than others, but you can check the stem, the quill of the feather, The guinea fowl's good, it's easy to see because the white spots really take the colour quite well. Something like the hen pheasant wings that I've got here, they might take a bit longer for you to get a really appreciable colour because it's not a white background. But you can see even there, it starts to take that colour a wee bit. And you just leave it. And obviously the longer you leave it, the better the colour. And you just keep looking and checking until you're happy. And you can see there, that's taking the colour quite nicely. Now, before I do any rinsing, I'm just going to take this out and open the wing, right, just to make sure the colour is on all of the feathers. Strain away as much of the boiling water as you can, and leave that one a wee bit longer. And at the sort of armpit, the oxter of the bird, it could do a wee bit more, but now that I've opened it, it'll get in there nice and quick. And that looks about ready. Now, just turn the heat off and let it sit for a couple of minutes and I'll get set up to drain it. So I've rinsed these in cold water until there's no dye coming off anymore, and you can see, and if I compare them to the natural that's in there, there's quite a difference. That's going to make a lovely mayfly, wet mayfly wing, among other things. And you've got the lovely hackles there on the shoulder, the covert feathers, and the guinea fowl. I've just sat it in this old towel. Actually, you can put it between, press it, get the worst of the water out, and then just leave them somewhere flat to dry. It'll take, don't put them back in the bag. It will take a good few days. You want everything thoroughly dried out. Maybe stick a mothball or some borax in the bag, maybe after a week, and put them back in the bag. But there you go, it's dead easy. And you can mix and match. If you don't get the colour you want, you can just rinse it and put it back in the dye bath. You can add more dye to the bath, boil the bath, then take it off the heat and put the feathers back in. Right, it's dead simple, but never boil the material that you're dyeing. Right, that's the probably the most important thing. You want this at the lower temperature. It's still got to be hot, but don't let it come to the boil. And it doesn't take long. The drying's the longest thing, but you just leave it and don't pay any attention, and come back and get it in a week or whatever. So there you go. I hope that was useful for you. I'm going to go and finish and do my olive batch soon, once these wings are fully softened and opened up. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.